We are back on Auto Show TV. We're joined by Al Cerrone from Cerrone Chevrolet Buick GMC on Route 1 in South Attleboro. Al, I know what you want to show us today. This is something sort of unlike anything we've ever seen from Chevrolet. Tell us all about it.
Well, you're right. It's brand new, and this morning we are going to talk about vans. In particular, this van, which is called Chevy's City Express. GM, meaning Chevy and GMC, have done such a great job with cargo vans. You know, you go up and down the street, when you look at a van, odds are, well, half of them on the road are either a Chevy or a GMC. But they needed something to answer the bell a little bit smaller, because there are people out there that just don't carry as much.
Right.
Now they got the City Express that they can mix in there. Yeah. And you think about the contractors, plumbers, electricians, and maybe delivery people.
I was just going to say that. Delivery guys who are in and out all day long.
Right. Now, they call it the City Express, and I think that's very appropriately named. First of all, this City Express gets 24 miles per gallon city. Most vans couldn't get that on their best day on the highway with a tailwind. So we got the gas mileage. The engine, it's a 4-cylinder, 16 valve, plenty of power, and it carries 1,500 pounds of payload.
Good.
So the drivetrain, and it's a 4-speed automatic transmission, so the drivetrain does the job while delivering the great gas mileage. But then the other, Section B on City, is the easy to drive maneuverability, turning radius in those tight parking spaces. This van has a 36-foot turning radius. Now, the old days, you know, the big vans, it's like reverse, forward, back, forth, trying to make that thing. 36, one shot.
Yep, that's tight.
Turns on a dime, so to speak.
Good. Let's take a closer look.
All right, John, now we're at the back side of the van. But before I open the doors, GM built this with the worker in mind. Subtleties, like 60-40 doors. How about that? I remember when 60-40 seats were a big deal. Now we got a 60-40 door. When you pull up to a curb, generally, you pull up to the right side of the curb. So when you open the door to unload, you don't want to open the other door because it may be into traffic. So they give you most of the open space on the right side. Now,
be smart.
Let's open these doors. By the way, feel how tight that is. It just sounds solid. So we open the doors the regular way, and here's your access. But when you got the wider load, flip this little lever here, both doors open 180. Now, 1,500 pounds of payload, you can fit a lot in there. You can take a sheet of plywood and lay it down widthwise because you got 48 inches in between the rear wheel housings. And it's easy to get loads in because it's lower. Also, they've got floor-mounted D-rings. They got 6 of them in case you got a load that needs to be tied down. And you got options. You can have windows in the side or not. And then you got various bin packages that are available. Roof racks. You can put a sheet of plywood up on top, or pipes, or PVC, whatever. Pretty much will do the job. You just need to tell us what job you do.
Right.
John, now look at this is something you don't see too often. Sliding doors on both sides. You think about it, you may not always be on the right side of the curb, or you may be in a parking lot unloading stuff. You can pass things through. Either way, sliding doors on both sides, standard equipment, great option. And inside, you know that most of the time you're driving alone, so that passenger seat folds down. It's like a little desktop, because during deliveries, you may have a little paperwork to do, maybe eat your lunch in there.
It's like a mobile office on wheels. How about that?
Well said.
Al, I'm impressed. It's a very versatile work van.
I gotta tell you, I'm proud of GM, what they did with our 2015 Chevy City Express. If this fits your needs, this is the perfect vehicle. It's got that 16-valve 4-cylinder engine, which has got plenty of power, delivers great gas mileage, 1,500-pound payload, sliding doors on both sides, front-wheel drive as opposed to the old rear-wheel drive vehicles, so they're pretty good in the snow. And you add that all up, and think about the cost. It's under $22,000 for brand new 2015. And at that price, we are really selling them quickly.
I think the thing that really sets you guys apart here at Cerrone's from some of the other dealers in the area is your commitment to work vehicles, commercial vans, commercial trucks. you've got them in stock.
You know, commercial vehicles have been our bag, so to speak, for many, many years. As a matter of fact, going back about 30 years, we really started to push the commercial vehicles. Because aside from the City Express, we've got the big vans, we've got high cubes, we've got dump trucks, we've got rack bodies, we've got vans and trucks for electricians and plumbers and contractors, plow trucks, 4x4s. Pretty much, we've got any commercial vehicle you want, and we've got them here in stock.
Well, there you go. If you're on the road, if you're a worker, you need a new truck, this is the place to come, Cerrone's in South Attleboro.
You'll be glad you did.